Use just about any kind of whipped cream, knowing despite the fact that your whipped cream brand has to be very good. But for the purpose of this video, I wouldn't be mentioning any brands, but I need you also understand that any good brand is just fine as long as your recipe is just fine. Okay, you have a good ratio of water to the cream. So now I'm going to be using 400 grams of the whipped cream powder, as seen, already measured out because of time, and I will be pouring that right into a bowl that is super ice cold, and the whisk that is also very super ice cold. The water in this case is also going to be very ice cold. As a matter of fact, I added some ice into the water to ensure that it has the temperature that I need. So I'm going to be using 1 full cup of this 250 ml cup of ice cold water. I personally do not add milk, all right, to my whipped cream because I feel like it alters the stability in some kind of way. So I always go straight with just the water. Now this is filled up to the brim. That's about 250 ml of water, and so I'm just going to be pouring that into the water. So the next thing I will be doing to make this easier to whip up nicely is to just take it out and give it a little mix with the spatula. This always aids up the whipping process faster, to help it to whip up on time and not to go through the process of combining first. So I manually combine my cream with my water, and then I go on to just activate the whipping process with the bowl. So I'll just go in now and increase the speed of the mixer to the highest speed and whip this up for the next 4 minutes until it doubles in volume. Let's go. The cream is coming up nicely, but it's not whipped up to my satisfaction yet. I usually put it at the mark of 4 minutes. Sometimes it stays a bit longer, especially when the volume of the cream is a whole lot more than this volume. This is just a test run size, so I didn't intend to use a whole lot for it. We're almost done whipping now, and I can already see how stable this cream looks. This is going to be a pretty much straightforward video, and once it's whipped up, I'll be showing you the stability test, and then we'll move on to the next version of the whipped cream video that doesn't require ice cold water. So this is what it looks like, almost about 3 minutes max. So I'm going to still leave it for another about 30 seconds, about 1 minute, to ensure I get my 4 minutes mark. At the end of the 4 minutes, it's not supposed to be grainy in any way possible. It's supposed to be smooth to touch and to taste, all right? And it's supposed to hold its shape very well. And that's when you know that it is very stable. So let's go one more time. Okay, so we're gonna see what this looks like now. You all can also already see from the whisk, the wire whisk, how stable it is already. See how it holds its shape. So I'm literally gonna have to shake this up very vigorously to get, can you see, to get it out of the whisk, because it is actually very stable. That is one of the tests to show how stable it is. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to scrape the sides round to make sure that it's all well combined in thoroughly, which is already done, see? And then you're supposed to put it on your spatula or your palette knife, as the case may be, and it's supposed to hold its shape without falling off or being soupy in any way possible. That is when you know that your whipped cream is super stable. And it's supposed to double in volume, all right, and have, you know, a considerable amount of volume to double in size. That's it basically. So now this is what the whipped cream looks like after whipping it up for 4 minutes. This is what it looks like. You can see. So now we're going to run a quick stability test to confirm what I am telling you. Can you all believe that this whipped cream is so super stable that it can actually hold its shape even if I flip it over without it falling out, and even shaking it and it's not coming out of the bowl? Can you see? That's what it is. This is what you get when you have a stable whipped cream. And also note that this whipped cream can actually